Hey guys, welcome back. We have Meridian Warriors here to talk about their season. Maybe talk about last season too. You guys have had some tremendous success recently, uh, heading into a possible three-peat. Um, yeah, if you guys just want to take a second to introduce yourselves.
My name is Braden. I've been the head coach going on my 6th year with Meridian.
I'm Tegan Camberlengo. I play defense, and this is my junior, in my third year with Meridian.
I'm Jackson Henkel. I play attack. This is my junior year, and this is like my third year playing attack now.
Nice. Yeah, so possible three-peat coming in. Expectations are definitely high. Um, Last last year you guys had 10 all state nomination all state nominations and then 5 the year before. Uh yeah, what does that look like for like coaching wise when you have that many players with talent like that? What does that look like?
I mean, it just shows like how much work they kind of put in every day. Um, One of the big things that we talk about at the school is just showing up, and being honest. I think it's hard not to realize that kids have outside lives. And they want to go out and do things like go to concerts, hang out with their friends.
Hmm.
So one of the big things that we try to preach is like if you're going to miss a practice, just be honest about it. I think it creates a habit of just being honest with themselves. So when they are at practice, they're not just walking through the motions. They're uh, they're putting one foot in front of the other, giving everything that they got. And that kind of leads to the success towards the end of the season, and then also just like accolades. Like all state nominations. I think 8 of them are returning this year. So um, it just goes to show how much hard work they put in every day.
Yeah,
What
definitely.
That's just good. 8 coming back.
8 coming back?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I've got in here program ready to reload rather than rebuild. I mean, you said you have 8 returning, so
Yeah.
uh like what does that mean to you guys and like what does that look like the reload?
So it kind of started out as a joke when these guys were freshmen. It started with like one of our assistant coaches who's actually now back, and it's just we were saying how we don't rebuild, we just reload, and it kind of became like a theme. Like yes, we want to win state at the end of the season. That's the ultimate goal, but I think that's a byproduct of everything that you kind of do during the season. So that's where that rebuild and reload thing kind of comes into play. If we can put in enough, I think the most important players on the team, they're obviously the top players are pretty important, but I think the young guys, the new guys that you get
Hmm.
are probably the most important.
Yeah,
So if you put in enough effort with those kids, by the end of the season, if you can tell yourselves you're ready to reload, no matter how the final game goes, then that's where the consistency and the winning culture kind of comes from.
yeah. And I got a question for you players. So what did your guys off season look like and what were you doing to prepare in the off season?
Ooh, off season. I play club, kind of play club around. I go to lots of tournaments and stuff, so I'm always keeping my stick in my hand. Coach Braden and the other coaches at Meridian, we do a challenge, and it's like whoever sends the most wall ball videos to Braden or like doing something with their stick earns a prize or whatever, whether it's like a shaft or a head or something. So coaches is always keeping us on our toes and doing stuff like that. So it helps people that aren't playing the club lacrosse and playing practice and stuff like
Hmm.
that all the time. Helps them keep themselves accountable and keep their stick in their hand.
Nice.
For sure. Yeah. I also played club in the off season for Cityside, so I've been doing that, and then yeah, obviously I've been doing the challenge as well. Ended up in first place, so I got his prize, which was always nice. Got a free shaft, but yeah, just staying doing wall ball. Working on that offhand is kind of what I tried to focus on.
Yeah, another question. So earning all-state recognition, how does that like change your mindset like heading into this season or does it?
I mean, I think it obviously does. Just the fact that to get recognized by all the coaches and the players in the state. It kind of just shows everyone that you're kind of getting watched. It kind of keeps you accountable for yourself. I think it doesn't really change too much because you got to stay level headed and not like gain an ego for being
Hmm.
for getting recognized by
Yeah,
that. But yeah, I think it changes a little bit for sure.
yeah, definitely.
I think it helps build your confidence. Like some kids go in scared and everything, and it's like if you go in scared, it's just not going to do well for you. But it's like if you get that all state, you're like, okay, I'm one of like the best kids out here. All right, I've been noticed by coaches and other players. I'm like people know me, and so it's like build your confidence. And then for me, it helps me kind of be a leader with the team, being like, hey, I kind of know what I'm talking about. Here, let me help you. Stuff like that, kind of build people up and let them know what's going on.
Yeah, that actually leads right into the next question I was going to ask about leadership. What does that look like for you guys? And is it like do you a vocal leader or lead by example, or what does that look like for you guys?
Sure, I'm kind of both, honestly. Like I kind of like to fire everybody up, jump around, start yelling a little
Hmm.
bit, get everybody going. But then I also like to lead by example. Like I try really hard in practice. I'm like try to beat everybody in conditioning stuff like that. Like I just
Yeah,
really try to raise the bar for everybody else. So I kind of do both, loud and also lead by example.
I'd say for my position, like especially like leading by example is definitely it's kind of a big thing because if you're walking through all the drills and stuff and like shooting with like just not trying very hard, everyone else is gonna be like, oh, I don't have to try hard either. So I think
yeah,
leading by example is for sure a large part, but staying loud and pumping the team up is also gonna get everyone fired up. And, it's only positive from there.
yeah, definitely. I got a question for Coach about very very winning season, two in a row. Great seasons. How do you keep like that same team culture alive, and what do you do as a coach to keep that culture alive?
Honestly, I think it's just staying humble, but staying confident. Like one of the big things that we preach is making sure the kids are confident in themselves, realizing that you can make mistakes. I mean, mistakes are going to happen, um, and just creating great habits. So one of the things that we preach is if you look at a lacrosse player, you can tell what type of habits they have if they use their left hand at the correct
Hmm.
time. And I think one of the things we've tried to instill in the boys is that make greatness a habit, on and off the field. I think last year our cumulative GPA for the team was like a 3.6 or 3.7.
Yeah,
So just and greatness doesn't necessarily mean success every time. It means that you're giving it everything you got every time you're on the field. Um, you're continuously moving forward. And I think, yeah.
yeah. Um, so there's been a lot of conversation about the jump from single A to double A. From your perspective, like what does that transition really require, and how do you get boys prepared for that and that level of competition?
Um, I mean, we play majority of the double A every single year. Um, I think when I first took over in 2020, we had 19 kids on the team.
Hmm.
We've averaged about 34 to 35, and I think in order to make that jump to the double A, we got to have a youth program, which is we started this year.
Yeah,
We have to get a solid foundation of youth to middle school to high school. That way, kids aren't starting out freshman year. I mean, I would say 60% of our team started freshman year. Now they put in a ton of work, so it doesn't always look like it.
yeah,
But majority of our kids start freshman year, and in order to make that jump to double A, we've had competitive games. I think we beat Rocky 4 years ago when all those kids were eighth graders. Now they're units. Um, but in order to find consistency at the double A level, you got to have consistent numbers each year. You can't be starting out from square one every single time.
yeah. And also, how do you keep players focused on the process rather than outcomes?
Um, how do we keep them focused on the process rather? I mean, just oh, sorry. Um, just focusing on the stuff that they can control. Like we talk about doing the little things right. Um, we like to go fast. We want to play fast. If
Hmm.
you want to go full speed during practice, during games, um, I guess that's the only way I can answer that
Yeah.
question.
Another question. This is for all you guys, actually. Like, what are you really really excited about for this season in particular?
The chemistry.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna be nice. We're gonna be nice. We just got lots of friends, and we just like we'll go out and play, and we'll be like just doing fun things, and it's like we just have fun at practice, and that's gonna correlate to the game where it's like
Hmm.
we're having fun and we're able to like start shooting these shots that like are good shots, but like you might not be scared if you don't have like a bunch of teammates that you feel like are proud of you and stuff like that. Like every shot he takes is like, yeah, that's a good shot. Like I trust your decision making and everybody else does. So I think the chemistry and just knowing to trusting each other is going to be huge for our team this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as well. I'm very excited for like the offense because we have that new bond with everyone kind of growing up a little bit and getting better. I think it just changes the way that the offense is just gonna blend and like work together better. So I think the offense should be a very exciting factor. I think it's just gonna flow very smoothly. Yeah.
Um, Next one here is how do you balance individual production like with a team first approach like you guys are? How do you guys balance like your own individual production?
I mean, we do award stickers, so I guess I mean scoring goals doesn't actually get you the most stickers for the helmet. They're kind of getting GBs. Um, Scoring goals, getting assists, being a selfless player, majority of the time is going to get you the most stickers. So I think that's kind of what influences that.
I low key forgot the question.
Oh, how do you balance individual production with their like your guys' team first approach?
Oh, well, yeah, we keep each other accountable. You know, if you start messing up and it's like you start dropping the ball, we'll like have people, like our captains are super nice, stuff like that. If someone's struggling, I'll be like, hey, I know this might be not be your off day. Like I've seen you do really well, but like
Hmm.
maybe we need to hit the wall a little bit. You work on our left hand, just like start like not like rudely, but like not calling them out in front of everybody, but just nicely telling them, hey, so keep individual accountability. And most of our team already does that. They're like, oh, okay, need to work on my left hand, and they go and pass with their left hand. Or if it's like our off-season challenges, they're like, okay, my left hand, I wish was better this season than it was last season, so they'll work more on their offhand this off-season stuff like that. So everybody keeps each other accountable.
Yeah. So you said like kind of trying to like get better individually while trying to focus on our team. I think it kind of comes with like the team being focused on everybody. Is that if you're having a hard day, like I know there's been times where I'm having a hard day, like, shooting or dodging, it just feels like it's kind of a rough day. Like there's always someone that's going to check in on me. And the same goes for me. Like I know that I'm individually going to get better because, everyone's going to lift me up or, you know, even by focusing on myself, people are, still going to watch that and like, better themselves off of that as well.
Yeah. Question for Coach: what has to go right for Meridian to reach its ceiling this season?
Just stay humble. Make sure that we're putting in the work every single day. Um, these guys know nothing's given, everything's earned. We saw the poll, and that's respectable. Um, the only thing we can control is each day going out, putting our best foot forward, getting better, and hopefully at the end of the season we're in a spot to reload. And I can guarantee if we're in a spot to reload, we'll be in that championship again.
Yeah. If you guys can answer this one as well, what you think needs to go right?
Kind of just the same as last year. Keep that intensity up. Start doing big plays in practice and making them correlate to the game. Because if we're just doing little things in practice, not really trying, jogging around, like Braden has a thing where it's like if you're walking, you're doing something wrong. So yeah, we just keep that intensity. We keep holding each other accountable, like I've been saying. It's just gonna keep going, and we're each gonna keep getting better.
I learned that from Kagan Collins. Shout out Kagan Collins.
Sorry, what was the question one time?
Question was, what has to go right
Oh,
for
okay.
you guys to reach your ceiling?
I think everyone just staying very, competitive, but also having the mentality to like start a game and finish it. Coach says a lot like you can't you can't win a game unless you're coming out swinging. Like you're not gonna win coming out like super like all like yeah slow. So I think you just got to come out and start the game and show them what's gonna go down in that game. Or else it's not gonna get finished.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, and another one for Coach here. What challenges come with trying to repeat success year after year?
I think just staying focused. I think that's probably the hardest thing is it's really easy to get complacent. You've been there, you've done that.
Mhm.
Um, but we're all out there for a reason, and if that reason isn't go out and win, then I mean, why are we out there? We had 2 games last year where we went into triple overtime, and they stayed composed. They kept working, and eventually we won those games. One of those being the state championship. Um, One thing we talk about every day is winners find a way to win, losers find a way to lose, and if you can find a way to win, that means you're being competitive and you're working hard. So
Yeah. And this is for everyone here. What other matchups this year that you guys are really excited about? Like, are there games that you have, on your calendar that you're really excited for?
CUNA.
Yeah.
We saw the poll. Yeah, we're ready. And they're going to be good. We know we've played with lots of them through club teams and stuff like that. We know lots of them, and they're great players. Like, love them all. And I just excited. Every CUNA game, every Bora game, I'm excited for. We know lots of those guys, so it's always fun. It's always good too. Always good game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's going to be a dogfight. It's not going to be handed to anyone. Everyone's going to have to work for it because we're trying to go for it, the three-peat, and they're trying to go for their first. So it's going to be a big game. Obviously, Bora, the rematch up of state,
Yeah.
is also going to be huge because they still have Jaden and stuff. So it's still going to be a big
Yeah.
game for sure.
Totally. Looks like we got a question in the crowd.
We got a question in the crowd.
Got a question in the crowd.
Rampage Lacrosse Network, Mountain Lacrosse Network. First of all, thank you for making time to be with us today. Excited to hear more about you. With this success that Meridian has been having, right? Everybody's coming. So I know we talked about CUNA.
Right.
Bora was just a dog of a game last year. And Emmett went 2-3 quarters with the year before. So, a lot of teams are getting better, right? So staying on top is something that's incredibly hard to do. What is that pressure like for you as players? You get influenced. You hear the noise, no matter how much you try to block it out. Parents get hyped, coaches get hyped, everybody gets hyped, right? So staying grounded, if that's the answer, I'm leading you to an answer. But what is it that helps you or the team, and even from coach, to stay focused in the moment throughout all this hype?
Yeah, I think it's just the shared goals. Like everybody on the team wanting something. I think that ultimately just helps everyone, work towards that ultimate goal of, coming back and staying, like number one in conference. Like if everyone's, worrying about their own thing, just like getting, a goal that game, it's just not going to come. Like everybody has to be putting in their work, putting in, all their effort so that we can stay on top and ultimately, win those games that aren't supposedly supposed to be big, but they're still going to be big because, we have the target on our back for sure.
Yeah, just holding each other accountable. It's like king of the hill. The second you get up, it's hard to get up there, but it's harder to stay up there. And so that's just kind of keep it going. Just got to keep doing what we've been doing, keeping each other accountable, keep foot on the gas.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all want these kids to succeed in life, and I think if we can't stay focused and put them in uncomfortable situations like having pressure, they'll never grow. I mean, they're going to fail. There's going to be times. I mean, CUNA's got 17 seniors that are dogs, and we may lose that game. But if you can find ways to get better and to grow from adversity, I mean, we're facing adversity every year. Pressure's adversity. I think it's setting them up for success outside of lacrosse, and they're making greatness become a habit. That way, when they reach the real world, it's tough. They can go after their dreams and do whatever they want despite the fails.
I got one follow-up question. Because you're champions, I get to pick on you a little more, but and we'll get the same for Timberline when they get in here. But those AA matchups are because the single A is raising their game all over. We're gonna, those AA matchups, those wins might come down to significant bracketing later in the season. So, packaging all that, right? It seems like every game matters more and more every year as this league grows. Is there some key, like if you were going to make a statement game this year that's not in the single A but in the AA, do you have one that you like an early call, just like the preseason poll, or is it too early to make that call? We'll start with you, Coach.
Oh shoot. Is there a statement game? I mean, I know these two answers. It's going to be Eagle, just because of Shell and Tugger. That's his nickname. No, I mean Eagle. I mean every game's a statement game. I mean it doesn't matter how much success you have. It doesn't matter how many failures you have. I think every game that you go out there, you're proving not only to yourself but to everybody else in the league that like you're consistent. You're gonna show up. You're gonna win. You're gonna do what you need to do to find success. And I don't know if one necessarily sticks out to me. The only one I would probably say would be Eagle, and that's just because of personal ties.
Yeah.
All of them. Go day by day, game by game. Every game's a new battle. So I want to beat every single team. I don't care what division you are, who's on your team, whatever. Every game's personal.
Yeah, Eagles obviously a big one. They have a big squad. They always have a lot of players. They're always very, talented. But yeah, obviously want to beat all of them for sure.
Yeah. So you guys are coming into this season, target on the back, chasing that three-peat, and just focused and ready to sustain that excellence. Pulling for you guys. Thanks so much for coming out and taking the time to do this. Yeah, this was awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.